Okay, what we got in here is, this is off a very large sycamore tree. It's 16 inches across. It's 5 inches. It's very unbalanced, even though we've cut it with a bandsaw. And I want to emphasize, you don't have to have a bandsaw. It helps, but you can do this with a chainsaw and knock some of the edges off and make it more balanced. This is unbalanced as it is. As you can see, it's very unbalanced. We're not going to be able to turn many RPMs. We're going to get nearly 400, which is pretty good for that big piece. So we're going to take a 5X, freshly sharpened, wet back bowl gouge, and we're going to start trying to make it balanced. Okay, it was already relatively round. The unbalance comes from the unequal here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and try to cut the, which is going to end up being the bottom of this. And take some of that off and try to get a little more balance out. Just below center. Turn it, get the closest place. Lock it down. And try to take some of that off. About 400 dollars still get. Pretty flat there. Still like a little bit. Probably could come around front and get a little more balanced. Let's see what we can do. So we still got really uneven top, which is going to be the top. So I'm going to try to take some of that off just to balance it to help me on finishing the bowl. A lot of times you don't have to do that, but this time you do. And keep in mind that even though you get everything perfectly round, the wood sometimes is a different weight on each side. So you may not get it fully balanced, and you may not can obtain, on this big piece of wood, you may not can obtain that perfect balance, because now we've pretty much got it the same all the way around. It's balanced, but it's not balanced because the wood's different from one side to the other. So we're going to see how many RPM we get out of it now. Yeah, I was wondering, sometimes if you go past like that, we're up to 900 RPM. Go past. I'm going to leave that top a little bit flat. I kind of got my dish in there. The wood's looking pretty. It's not slick by any means yet. That's about the shape I was looking for. So, and I've got this mounted with a faceplate with 8 screws in it, so it's very secure. I use my tailstock, but you wouldn't necessarily have to. So that's about the profile I'm looking for. I'm gonna try to smooth that up a little bit. Very light touch. Okay, you want to always make sure that your bottom is a little bit concave so it'll sit on the table. So I am flat, so I need to take more out of the center. If you can see down, we're going to be sitting on the rim. We're not going to wobble. So that's what we're looking for. Next thing is to set our mortise. And I prefer the mortise in these bigger bowls. So what you want to do, you got your caliper set, and you want to mark out for your mortise. And this is set to my bigger chuck, which is what I want to use for this bigger bowl. And when you put it up there, it doesn't have to be running fast. You want to let the right side touch. Don't let the left side, but you want to get it lined up to each other. Because if you let that side touch, it's going to flip over. So you can see the lines left in there from my gouge. Just touch it right there. Keep coming in. You get them lined up, then you make you a little deeper hole. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm going to use a parting tool and a gouge to make it. You get a little angle in there because this is a dovetail, and that helps hold it in the chuck. You just put it straight in, it doesn't have as much grip. And I usually take a smaller gouge and make a little design. You can cut it all out, or if you're going to put your logo in it or whatever, but I usually take a smaller gouge and round everything over. The one thing you do want to do is have enough room in here for your chuck jaws. So this needs to be wide enough for your chuck jaws. Let's take a look at it. Looks pretty good to me. And do a little sanding in there. Smooth enough for the bottom. There's a lot of different ways you can sand. You can use, I like these foam pads here. I put them on a piece of sandpaper and it doesn't burn my fingers. This is 120 grit. We're going to hit it a little bit, and I may use my power pear sander in a minute. And I am going to use the power sand. I've got a lot of rough grain here. So we're going to power sand. We're going to be about 80 grit. Okay, we're going to be adding some OB shine juice. This is a big project. You wet your rag just a little bit and it don't make much difference. So I'm going to just literally pour it on here, soak it in. Sycamore soaks up a good bit, so it takes a little bit of finish to finish it. So we're going to soak it in real good. Get on all cracks and crevices. I like to turn it off and look at it. There's dry spots here. Basically using this like a sanding sealer. Get all your dry spots. You can use a brush. I just like using a paper towel because I throw it away when I get through and I don't have to clean it up. Turn the lathe on. I want to show you something. Watch this wobble. Go past it. You're basically varnishing it and grinding it in. You feel the heat. And that heat's going to dry that OB shine juice. You feel it, it's dry. But I'm going to put a little more on it. See how good we got it sealed. Sealed pretty good. Next, Axe abrasive. Just coat it real good. Doesn't take a lot. It's about like a rubbing compound you would use in a body shop on a car. Very fine abrasive in it. You want to rub this till your cloth is clean and you're taking all the abrasive paste off. Still got it. Good measure, we're going to turn it backwards. Cloth clean, go past the wobble. Should be relatively smooth at that point. In this bowl, we're going to use Highworth feeding wax. Turn it on slow to get it coated. Clean paper towel above. I'm not after a high gloss finish. I want a good finish on it, but I'm not after a high gloss finish. Doesn't look too bad. Never know what you're going to get out of a piece of wood till you turn it. It's not a bad piece of wood. It's not the best looking piece of sycamore I've done, but it's not bad at all. And we'll be back to turn it around. Alright, we're fixing to drill this out of the center and start taking some of the inside out. Off camera, I switched it around, turned it around to the back side. I got it in the chuck and got it ready to go. Got a Fastener bit here, 1.5-inch Fastener bit. We're going to go in and drill it out. 1 cypress salad bowl, Howard's Feeding Wax. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you really like it, subscribe. We'll have another video in about a week. Very large bowl. I think I said at the beginning the size, I think it is 15 by 4 inches tall. Thanks. You have a good day.